Good morning, Year 3. How are you all? Okay, let's go through the work from yesterday. Let's go through the dot paper questions. Hopefully you found them okay. So let's see. The first question, there are 9 pairs of socks in the washing basket. So the first thing you need to know is a pair is 2. Then you would have had groups, which was 9, items, which were 2, and it would have looked just like this. So you had your 9 groups of 2 items, and we know that 9 times 2 is 18. Now, I've just drawn onto the bottom here because you can use your times tables knowledge to help you work that out. You could have skip counted maybe all the way to 9 times 2. Or, if you think of your dot paper, you know that 10 times 2 is 20. So 9 times 2 must be 20 subtract 2, which is 18. Okay, question 2. So there were 4 hens and they laid 3 eggs. So we've got groups is 4, items is 3. There's your dot paper. And we know that 4 times 3 is 12. Now remember, with all of these, you could do the repeated addition. You could even count the dots if you're not sure, but the multiplication sum is there. Number 3. There are 6 elephants waiting for the keeper to wash them. How many elephant legs would they wash? So we have groups is 6, items is 4. There's our dot paper to represent the question. And then 6 fours are 24. We doing okay so far? Brilliant. Let's have a look at question 4. Ooh, hopefully that will stay. Yeah, good. Question 4. We had Lily with the pictures and she was putting sticky tape on the corner. So the groups was 9, the items were 4. So we drew the dot paper to represent that. We could have done 4 add 4 add 4 add 4 add 4 as a repeated addition. Or if you know that 9 times 4 is 36. Or again, with the dot paper, we can use our number knowledge. We know that 10 fours are 40, so 9 fours would be 40. Subtract those 4, which would leave you with 36. And then question 5, we had Rory with his buses. So we had groups, which was 8, items, which was 6. There's our dot paper to represent the question, and then 8 sixes are 48. Well done to those of you who uploaded your own questions for question 6. It was really good to see what you were doing, what you were coming up with for your number story to match up with the dot paper. Okay, let's move on with today's tasks. So today is all about our fluency, reasoning and problem solving skills, and all of those are going to work together to really work and develop that mastery of maths. All of these are going to get us really confident with multiplication, improving our skills, improving our recall. Just remember our reasoning, we're kind of applying our logic, so we need to describe and explain, show and prove. We often use the word because to try and explain it, to try and give reasons why. It could be, can you show me how? How do you know? So let's have a little go at this one. So our first question is 6 times 4. Now, if you think back to the last couple of days, we've done some skip counting work. So you might work out the answer by skip counting all the way up to 6 times 4, or you might want to draw the dot paper. It's up to you, but whichever way you do it, hopefully you'll know that 6 fours are, 24. Well done. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. So we've got Tara and we've got Jen. So Tara says, my total is greater than yours because my dot paper is longer. So she thinks that she's got a greater total because her dot paper is much longer than Jen's. Do you agree? Can you explain your answer? So I'll give you just a couple of seconds just to think about that. So pause for a minute, have a think. How would you explain? Is Tara right or not? You decide. Good luck. So first of all, we need to work out the total of both the girls. So if we look at Tara, she has 10 groups of 2. So factor multiplied by factor equals the product, which is 20. So 10 twos are 20. Now if we look at Jen, Jen has 2 groups of 11. Factor, product, 2 11s are 22. So first of all, who has the most? Yes, Jen, isn't it? So do we agree? No, we don't agree. But then we have to say why. So we have to say because Jen's total is actually greater than Tara's. is actually greater by 2. She's actually got another group, hasn't she? She's got one more item, if you look at the item. So hers, although her line goes longer, so you're looking at horizontal rather than vertical, it's actually quite deceiving. So you can understand why Tara thought hers was greater, but actually when you work out the answer, you'd have to say, actually Tara, you're not correct, and you're not correct because Jen actually has a greater total. Her total is actually 2 more than you've got. Okay, let's try one more question before we move on with today's work. There are 12 sweets in a packet. How many sweets are there in 3 packets? Now, if you know your 12 times table, yes, you probably could do this in your head straight away, which is brilliant. But there'll be other sums perhaps later on, which might have 2 digits. Now, we haven't learned how to do column multiplication yet. You will later on in year 4, so don't worry, but you don't actually need to know that yet, because we can use our partitioning strategy, which is something we have worked on. We know that 12 is made up of 1 10 and 2 ones. So 1 10 and 2 ones is 12. Now, we can use this in our head, so we can do some mental calculations in our head. I forgot what I was saying then. So you could have the 10, you can multiply it by the 3. So we know that 10 times 3 is 30. And then we can do the 2 and multiply it by the 3. And 2 times 3 is 6. And then all we need to do is add the 30 and, and the 6 together. So it would be 36. So altogether, there would be 36 sweets in 3 packets. So hopefully that strategy will help you with the question that you'll have for today's task. So do practice that strategy, because it means you can work out mentally, you can do some mental calculations of some sums which might seem a bit tricky. Right, here's today's task then. See how you get on with these 6 questions. You've got a little bit of revision in there, there's some greater than and less than, and hopefully it will just help improve your confidence with multiplication. I'll see you back here tomorrow. See you later, guys. Bye.